Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos, news updates. Stop propagating another man's language at the detriment of your own. Ugezu, Nollywood actor, wants Igbos. Now, Ugezu, Jidofo, Ugezu, has advised the Igbo people, particularly those who are teaching, teaching students, to stop punishing students because they fail to speak grammar, another man's language, English. Said this is not the right thing to do at this era. Yes, he has drawn the attention of the Igbo people to an issue where secondary school students were reportedly being punished for speaking the Igbo language during classes because they failed to speak English during class. You are punishing them. That thing has gone. It's not fashionable this time around. It was in those days, the colonial times. People want to fashion themselves, like the English people. It's no longer fashionable. It's not raining now. People have gone back to their mother tongue. They want to speak their mother tongue. Many countries who are doing well in the area of technology and science, their lingua franca is not even English. They are speaking their own language, like the Chinese, the Germans, many, the uncountable countries, speaking their own language, and they're doing well. They're progressing. So education is not measured by how you can speak English, how well you can speak it. All right, it's high time we started looking into these issues. So Ugezu is drawing the attention of the people of the Southeast, the Igbos, not just the Southeast, the Igbos in general. Over 70 million Igbos across the world. All right, so that's something must be done to this. The teachers who are punishing students, this is not the right way to go. All right, so Ugezu is expressing his worry, and he has reached out to Igbo community. He urged everyone to listen and spread the message. He revealed that the disturbing practice of penalizing students for speaking Igbo is still happening in some schools, like we have said. Ugezu highlighted that in specific parts of the eastern region, where Igbo children are studying, they are discouraged from using their native language and subjected to physical punishment or strenuous tasks, like clearing grass, because they are speaking Igbo in their classes. You see, so you don't mention schools. Ugezu did not mention schools. Of course, you don't need to mention the schools. These things are happening in many schools in the Southeast. They say vernacular. Don't speak vernacular. Which one is vernacular? That is the best language. Igbo language is the best language. You're saying vernacular. Do not speak vernacular. Which language is superior to Igbo language? You see, the lingua franca of the Biafra is Igbo language. So what we are saying is this. In China, in Germany, they are speaking their languages. They are doing well in science and technology, in business, commerce and industry, in production, in manufacturing. They are doing well. They are leading nations. Yes, they are among the leading nations in the world today in terms of economy and what have you. Are they speaking English? No. So this issue, we want to correct it. All right? Brethren, we must correct this. Some persons, they have their children, they can't speak Igbo while they are in Igbo land. Yes, go to Enugu, we see some persons, some families, they prefer their children speaking English to make them to look superior. It's not true. Far. Your children will not look superior because he's speaking another man's language fluently. Rather, the children will look so foolish whenever he grew and he cannot actually, present himself or herself, in the mother tongue. Yes, the mother tongue. She cannot or he cannot present himself well. That child will feel so bad. So parents in the entire Igbo land, we are telling you, train your children with Igbo language. They can learn this English later in life or in their schools. They can learn it. But as a parent, you must endeavor to teach them this language in your various homes. Then the teachers should stop this issue of punishing students. We have said it. Grammar will never make a student brilliant. Grammar. Mathematics is not being studied with grammar. You can use Igbo to teach mathematics. And even study has revealed that children understand, teachings, and they learn faster when you use their own language, their mother tongue, to teach them. Yes, studies has revealed that in the area of medicine, area of science and technology, they will do well if you use their own mother tongue than these foreign languages. That is the point we're making. So, to preserve our language and our identity, the Igbo people must be making sure that the younger people or the younger generation, they imbibe this attitude of speaking their language and being proud of it. Be proud of their language. This is language of Iti, Ndi Iti. If not that we want to get more audience in terms of the international community to understand what we are saying, we'll be using our mother tongue, the Igbo language, to communicate. Yes, but we want to make sure that the international community is listening to what we are saying. Otherwise, in our platforms, we use Igbo language. It has been modernized and it has been standardized. And so there's no word that is missing in Igbo language as we're speaking. So we say, oh, Igbo is not complete. It was before, not now. It has been standardized. Yes, like every other standard language. So we are encouraging our people to be using this Igbo language. Of course, you know that our language is, goes with the name Igbo. Igbo language, and we speak Igbo. And so if you allow this language to go into extinction, it then means the Igbo people has gone into extinction. That's the point. Because the identity of the Igbo man is this language. Yes, we have culture, identity, we have food and appearance, there's apparel, clothing. But number one, the chief among the identities is the language. So it must be preserved. It must be preserved. The Igbo people must make sure that even if you're in America, if you're in Europe, you make sure that your children are speaking this language fluently. Should be their first language. Let other language be their second language. They'll be learning that one. That's what we're saying. Alright? So, that's what we're going to say. And that's the point. So, the issue of punishing students should stop. If we hear it that students are being punished because they are speaking their mother tongue, we will not take it lightly with people. We will call the schools out. If we do findings and discover that there are schools who are still doing this thing after this broadcast, we will call them out. Such schools that are punishing students for speaking their mother tongue, the school that is doing it, we'll call them